Hey y'all, this is Kim with Creative Escapades. Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me today. Let's jump right into our video and see what we can create. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how that I created this Peek-a-boo Honeycomb tumbler using the epoxy method and chunky glitter, vinyl, water slide, printed vinyl, spray paint, and alcohol inks. The resin that I used for this project was the Faux Rizzle, which is a 1:1 ratio, and then I used Colonel Mustard chunky color shift glitter from Glitter Chump. All the links and everything will be below in the description box of this video. And I used the Ranger alcohol inks in the colors of Honeycomb and Dandelion, and then the water slide and is from Spin It, and the printed vinyl is from Cricut. So I started my cup out by doing a wet sand with a 400 grit sandpaper just to knock off that protective layer that's on all these cups. And then I cleaned it with Dawn dish liquid soap and warm water and sprayed it with yellow spray paint, and it's a matte spray from Ironlak. And then I hit it with just a little bit of overspray of gold. Got it on my turner, and I've already added the first layer of Faux Rizzle, and I used 30 mils on this first layer, and I'm just using my torch to pop any bubbles and just to make sure that I have a smooth layer of resin down for my glitter. Sprinkling the chunky mix right directly onto the cup, and just being careful. Don't want to dump too much in one spot because a lot of this is going to be covered up, as you can tell from the pictures from the beginning of the video. But I do want to have a nice layer of glitter down for the areas that are going to be peek-a-boo. Once I had the glitter all added to the surface of the tumbler, and I just gently tapped down anywhere I saw any of the pieces that might stick up above the resin, paying especially close attention to the rim of the cup and to the edge of the bottom of the cup. And I really didn't have to sand a whole lot. I could have sanded more than I did in between the layers, but it all worked out in the end. For the bottom, to get the glitter on there, I just lifted my turner up and just sprinkled some glitter on there and made sure that I had pressed it down into the resin just like I did the rest of the cup. And then I let this turn overnight so that it would get a nice cure on it. And then I came back and put my next layer of just clear resin on there so that I could get it prepared to do the spray paint and the vinyl. So it's going to turn now. This is still the first layer. And here it is, cured after I had added the second layer. I printed the design out on the Cricut and cut them, and then I placed them in random places on the cup and just made different looking honeycomb design. Put some on the bottom, and I did cut out the vinyl where the queen bee water slide is going to go. Once I had this all vinyl place where I wanted it, I sprayed it with a layer of white matte spray paint. And now you see this is the area right here that I was telling you that I could have sanded it a little bit more and got it a little bit smoother, but it worked out in the end, and I'll show you that. So I'm going to start with the Honeycomb alcohol ink, and I'm using a piece of magic eraser that I cut off the corner from, and I'm just pouring my alcohol inks directly onto this piece of sponge, and then I am dabbing it on there, and I just went everywhere on the cup. You don't have to really get it on the pieces of vinyl, but make sure that you get it right up to the edge of the vinyl, because you don't want any of the white showing once you lift those pieces of vinyl off. And I also blended in with the Dandelion, so it would still have a little bit of the yellow look as well. And then I did a layer of clear matte spray paint, because I wanted to make sure that my alcohol ink did not get rubbed off or bumped or anything like that before I added my next layer of resin. So I'm using my weeding tool, and I'm just pulling off those pieces of vinyl so that the honeycomb design will show through. And then I added my water slide, and it fit perfectly into the place where I had put the piece of vinyl in before I spray painted it. And now I have these different sizes of bees that I printed out on printable vinyl. And the reason why I did it this way instead of using the water slides is because I made a cut previously using the water slide bees, and they're basically just like the queen bee printout there. It's just black and clear, and the bees kind of blended in too much to the color of the cup, and so I wanted these to really stand out more and have more definition in the design. So I printed them and then cut them out with the Cricut, and I think they really look cool. They have their own little color of yellow so that it doesn't blend into the dandelion that I used on the cup, and then the white of the wings really makes them stand out, and I really like the way it turned out. So I'm just going to place them randomly, going different directions. I'm not going to put one on each little bit of the honeycomb. Put one on the bottom, and then it's ready for its next layer of resin. I think it looks so cute. So now I mixed up the Faux Rizzle resin, and I'm putting it on to the cup, just wiping it on there. And I did, after I let this set for a little bit, it still was a little bit too rough around the edges, so I did put a second layer of flood coat over this about 6 hours after I did this layer right here. So it did end up with 2 more coats of resin, but it really made everything pop. As much as I loved that glitter, whole total tumbler glitter, I think using the Peek-a-boo method just makes those areas of the glitter just really stand out and glitter all the more. Sparkle and shine adds a lot to the whole design of the cup. Just adding a little bit of heat, and then I'm going to let it turn. As I said, I come back 6 hours later and added that top flood coat, and then this was the results. So I'm so pleased with it. The bees really stand out. They haven't disappeared into the background of the alcohol ink, and you can see that color shift in the chunky glitter there. Kind of goes from yellow to just a little bit of a maybe a green, which may be a little bit unusual for honeycomb, but it looks great in real life. I'm very well pleased with it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have, please click like and share. You make my channel grow when you do that, and I so appreciate it. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, let me invite you to do so now. Don't forget to ring that bell so you get notified when I upload future videos. And I want to thank you for joining me on this little project. And I hope to see you in my next creative escapade. Bye-bye for now.